Hey there, families. It's Miss Warner here, and I have sent you an incredibly long email that has a lot of really important information that I do need you to know. However, if you don't have time to read like a 3-page email right now, I get that. So I wanted to make this video where I'm basically going to read it to you. And then you can skip forward in the email to the parts that you have questions about or you want to take a better look at. So I wanted to thank you for your patience because I know it's been a lot and I've not been the best communicator in the last couple weeks or so. COVID's hard. This pandemic time is definitely hard to balance school and home and trying to get everything going for the show choirs. And unfortunately, I still have a lot of questions and I need to reach out to you to be able to solve those. So I've spent the weekend going over the numbers and prices and all the ideas of how we can try to make things cheaper. But there are just so many things that are dependent on how many people we have that we are purchasing for. So for example, I've asked most of the students and sized most of them for their shoes. And I will finish that up this next week. I'm having kids try on their dresses already. But for example, one company that we will be purchasing from only sells those dresses in sets of 13. So if we only need 13 or less total, we're pretty good and it's a great price. If we need 16 or 17, it becomes less fiscally sound. So I still can't tell you how much the fees are gonna be. I know it'll be less than $400. I know we can't run a program on less than $200 a student. So the costs are things like actually getting the music, the rights to perform that music are astronomical, paying to have the choreography made and those videos made for the kids to practice with, the fees to attend the competitions, all of that is gonna equal more than $200 when we divide it up between all of our students. Fundraisers at this point, we're trying to be creative, but they are going to be a bit more limited this year. We're trying to find some new ways to do fundraising. We have a car company that will do oil changes and has some other discounts associated with it for a set price if you just purchase the card. So we'll be sending those out, letting you ask family and friends if they'd be interested in purchasing it. The nice thing is every dollar from that card purchase will go to your students' to the choir accounts. So that'll be a great way to try to raise some funds. But I don't feel comfortable having us press around brochures and things like that just in these times. So we are highly encouraging you to sell concessions, do those shifts, and just please let me know if you do have financial concerns right now. That way we can try to plan and do our best to assist you. So the main issue I have is just finding out whether my virtual students intend to perform in their costumes at the competitions or in performances or like virtual performances that we might have. At this time, all of our competitions say they are going to happen. So our competition schedule is January 30th at Pendleton. This is a really neat one where we actually will compete and then one of the judges will work with us right after to give us feedback and help us grow. And then February 13th at Plainfield, February 20th at Center Grove, February 27th at Warren, March 6th at Avon, March 13th at Lawrence Central. And then we do have the potential of maybe making it to state finals in March 20th. We were definitely in the running last year and hope to be so this year. All right, so schedules. I've got some new rules this year, new expectations. Some of you guys are new to the program, so I wanna review what it's gonna be. Legacy will rehearse Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 in the choir room and also in the auditorium. There will be some announced Friday, Saturday rehearsals as needed. That also applies for Bella, that we will sometimes have Friday or Saturday rehearsals, but we will communicate those way ahead. Bella then rehearses on Tuesdays and Thursdays, again, 4 to 6 p.m. So we do need to make sure that we have that pickup ready at 6 o'clock at the choir door. Please make certain that you've communicated with your families and made idea for rides, things like that. It is vital for students to be present at the rehearsals, but I also know this is a weird time. So I've got some new rules. So 1, students are asked to be present at all rehearsals. This could mean carpooling and parents could communicate ride shares through like the band app. This could mean attending choir during the day, even if it's your off day of school, then at 2:20 class starts, and even if you have to be a little bit late, like we can figure it out. And then you could stay through till class. And that would be my like hybrid plus model if you're gonna be able to come in during the classes and then stay straight through. Maybe the 2:20 time is easier for you than trying to get a ride for 4 o'clock. Or you can be present by Zooming into the rehearsals. Now, all the students will tell you, zooming in to learn choreography is not a lot of fun, but in the times it's the best that we have right now. We will also be making videos and things like that, but as of right now, we have students who are making all of our choreography videos, and it's a lot to ask of people. So it's astronomically easier to learn all of this in person, but that doesn't mean you still can't be a part of the group and you still can't learn. So we will do our best to have all of that zoomed in and communicated well on our teachers, but please be patient with us. However, too, on this, students will not have their grades or participation docked due to only attending on their hybrid day. So let's say my family can't get me there on A through L days on Monday, but I will be there for the M through Z days on Wednesday and stay after school. That's okay. You are going to be responsible for learning the information that was taught on Monday by zooming in, by meeting with a friend, by FaceTiming, figuring it out, but you're not going to have your grade docked. Number 3, parents and guardians and students are asked to be extra vigilant in protecting these rehearsal times. So if you're only going to make it to rehearsal after school 1 day a week, I can't have you going to the dentist during that time. I can't have you missing because it's your Aunt Ida's birthday party. Just make sure you're letting people know ahead of time, hey, we will go to Aunt Ida's birthday, but it's got to be at 6:30, not at 6. So please just be really careful with that. Now, at the same time, as of right now, if you have a student who's involved in something extra, then they just need to discuss with me. I would like to ask us to limit signing up for new things that meet during our rehearsal times. Just because, again, that time is going to be very sacred to us. But for example, we have a legacy member who is the drum major for the Marching Pride of Lawrence Township. We're going to work with him to make sure that he can be present at both. So please just make sure you communicate with us. Students not present physically are responsible for learning that choreography, the singing, getting any costume information, makeup things. Dance captains are happy to work with students outside of rehearsals, answer questions, but those arrangements for extra tutoring need to be arranged by the student with their dance captain. We will also be having formal tutoring sessions, and that will be assigned throughout the year as we get going. All right, so safety plan at rehearsals, we will make certain that we try to keep that 6 feet of space, that 6 feet square as much as possible. That's why we'll be making use of the auditorium. Students will wear a mask when they're rehearsing, indoors, outdoors, doesn't matter. You gotta have your mask on. And thank you, kids, you've been really great about that. We will take mask breaks. We will go outside, maintain social distancing, let them breathe, let them have a minute. That's completely fine. Students will need to provide their own water bottle. However, we do also have a pure water filter on the sink in the choir room, so if you need a refill, we can help you out there. Just note that our choreographer is going to be coming in after school to teach choreography. Nick, Becca, and our dance captains will also help lead those rehearsals. In the classroom, this is really important, and in the auditorium, students will have an assigned space that they always dance in. That's going to help us limit our contact tracing. So it is, again, though, when we are in a break, when we are leaving to get out of school, I need to make certain that you guys are being really protective of one another and maintaining that social distance, so that way we can keep everybody safe and healthy. They will be held to that expectation in rehearsals, in class, but I need everybody to do it just all the time for me. So our first rehearsal will be September 16th, that's a Wednesday for Legacy, and September 17th for Bella, that's a Thursday. And then we will continue that schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Legacy, Tuesday, Thursday, Bella. There are gonna be some scheduled, canceled rehearsals. For example, Bella will not have a rehearsal on the 24th of September because that's the same day as parent-teacher conferences. All right, so now is the big one. 2020-2021 student participation level options you have. So I need you to decide and commit, and please make certain you talk to your student about this so that way you guys are on the same page. So option 1, you are full and only virtual. So this student will still have to pay a base fee because they are going to be benefiting from the music, from the rights to the music, for the choreography that we're investing in. But they will only rehearse virtually. They will only perform virtually. The student will not be sized for a costume for competition, but they will receive the show t-shirt just like all other performers. I still want them to be a part of that group. Students will be featured in any virtual performances we create, both doing the choreography and the vocals, and students will be expected to know the same material and work towards performing it. This will keep our students growing and learning and being competitive for auditions for college, placements for choirs for next year. One of our students from last year from Voices auditioned for the a cappella choirs at Ball State University and got into the top mixed group Seductive. And I mean, that's because, you know, she was always involved in everything and working really hard. I want to make sure no matter what, virtual or not, our kids are ready to keep pursuing music if they choose. Okay, option 2, hybrid. So as a student, your kid comes on their A through L days or their M through Z days. So they would continue to do that, and they would Zoom in when it's not their letter day, and they would just stay straight after school till 6 o'clock when it is their letter day. That student will compete, they'd be fitted for all the costume competition stuff, shoes, everything. Option 3, hybrid plus. So the student would still do all of the stuff with hybrid, but they have a way to get a ride either for just the after school rehearsal or also to come in during the school day. And so they would stay from the 2:20 times through till 6 o'clock. It's something that I need you to let me know, like, hey, starting the 16th, my kid's gonna be doing that, so that way I can make sure they have a space saved for them in the seating chart for the dancing and learning times. If you decide that eventually you wanna go into that, but maybe not on the 16th, that's okay, and I'm gonna have a sign-up option for that. I do want to say, I'm just so glad that they changed the rules and that we can have students involved virtually, because I want everyone to stay engaged with Ellen Choirs. We're going to have information coming out about some spirit wear options here this week, so you can get some for yourself, for your Nana, for your mom, dad, whoever. And I mean, these jackets are really nice also. So, you know, your student can still have their pride in their choir program even if they're at home. If you don't step a foot in the choir room this year, still know you earned your spot here in our show choirs and you are a member of Legacy and Bella. So parents, I put some information in the email about how to get a hold of me. Email, I will admit, it's been a lot tougher for me because I'm getting more and more emails of so-and-so's waiting for the Zoom or whatever, and emails are getting pushed down on that queue list and sometimes I'm missing them. Band app, I get those alerts right away if you send a message there, or you can call or text. I've put my Google Voice cell phone number there, so please go ahead and you can contact me that way. So we do have that show choir participation commitment form that I need you guys to get filled out as soon as possible, hopefully like right away, but at least by Friday. I'm also going to ask you, and I know this is weird, to respond if you got the email twice. Once titled Show Choir Mass email or one titled Skyward Show Choir email. I just want to make sure that everybody's on all of our communication sites. So please let me know which ones you're getting on there, and if there are discrepancies, then we can make sure we get those fixed. I'm so proud to be your student's teacher. I'm incredibly excited about making music with your kids and getting a chance to just be a show choir even in these strange times. I'm so proud to be the director here at Lawrence North, and just please let me know if you or your child need anything. All right, thanks, have a great one.